Tripping on the people's pod. Yeah, he knows who's gonna make the playoffs. Chirp, chirp. Sickening.
Yeah.
What's up? It's the People's Pod. We got a special guest host tonight, week 10, Mr. Brad Sones. How are you?
Brad Sones, how are you? We're standing at my desk looking out over State Street under construction. We are standing because of my disc. We cannot sit. The old Espalda is acting up. More on that later, but I'm happy you're here, Buckaroo.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers, buddy.
I've already spilled on your floor.
That's fine.
Anyway, yeah, so life updates. Why don't you start, as I usually start this segment?
Yeah, sure. Let's see. It's been a wild time here in Santa Barbara. Last weekend, my close friends Dave and Kate got married. They were getting married and living at the house where Stu's wedding party was. I believe it's called El Zapato. It's on Garden and Cota. There's some very H beds on the roof. There's some little nooks to make out in.
Lots
the
of
master
nooks.
bedroom is in this cool little, like, you got to go down the stairs. Yeah, cool house. Lot of sex talk. It was a pretty wild night. I gave Mr. Gall some of the R-rated bit, but, I don't want to, put this out there on the internet. But
On brand for Jiggy Jiggy.
Team Jiggy Jiggy was, there was a lot of jiggy jiggying going on. But it was a beautiful time. I gave a speech almost as good as Colin's and Stu's dad's, but not quite as good.
Good old Hans.
That was awesome. Hans is so sick. He's the fucking man. You did good too, Buckaroo.
Thank you. Yeah,
I'm sure we talked about this ad nauseum, but you did a great job.
I will always accept a compliment about my speech. I will never not be stoked to get a compliment about that.
Right on. Well, it was worthy of it. Other than that, just living at my house, going through the little injury. Saw Kurt today, which was good. Brought me some mail. It's like 80 degrees outside right now, and we're sweating in my house. But yeah, things are good.
How'd you hurt your back?
Oh man, I was doing all that traveling. I went to Africa. I went on this long road trip to Denver and sat in the U-Haul for like 25 hours. Google Maps makes it seem like it's not going to take that long, but the U-Haul can only go like 60 miles an hour. So the trip was like 5 hours longer than the map said.
That's significant.
Yeah, we're just sitting there in the car. And yeah, ever since then it just started getting worse and worse. Now I'm going to physical therapy and taking pills for it, steroids, Norcos, you name it, I got it. So if you want the hookup, hit me up, slide in my DMs. I got pills for you. Oh my God, I'm slinging pills. Oh no!
Now that's on the internet.
No. No, but I'll be all right, man. Just trying to stay positive and take it easy. The jiggying is decreasing for now, but we'll ramp it back up in 2022.
Well, hopefully later on this season for a triumphant push to the playoffs, as the jingle mentioned.
Yes, that's right.
Hashtag Curdy with the jingle.
Yeah, Kurt's he just done it again. Every week, it's always something good with him. But yeah, man, what's up with you?
Yeah, crazy times in my life, as the group me saw. Many pictures were sent of the aftermath of a burst pipe or tubing underneath the sink of the unit above Chelsea and my place in San Diego. We actually went out. That Friday was awesome. We basically worked half day, went out and got lunch, got beers at multiple places, stopped by like a thrift shop to buy like random nicks and knacks we needed for the house, like a pizza pan for the oven and
nice.
like a vacuum and just like random shit.
Yep.
She had friends visiting in town, so I went and met them out downtown San Diego. Went to a few places and eventually back to their like baller hotel room, the Gaslamp district. Stayed till well after 1 a.m., drank a good amount.
Hell yeah.
Ubered back, drunk, get into the house. I actually pull up and get out of the Uber, and I noticed this like wetness, like two like puddles coming out of our garage.
Oh, no.
And I was like, what the fuck is that?
Holy shit.
Like, that was the first thing I was like, why is there water coming out
Creeping
of
wetness.
our garage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think someone was in there? Or you knew it was like a plumbing thing, or?
I thought it was a plumbing thing.
Yeah,
I was like, something is like leaking. Right?
Yeah,
So there's a leak. I didn't think it was to the extent that we were about to like walk into.
Yeah. Did you open the door and just like waves of water came out? Is that what happened?
Walked in, it was hot. Like if you imagine like a hot shower and all the steam.
Yeah.
Lots of steam in our place, which is also fucking weird.
That's
because,
fucking weird,
like,
dude.
All of our glass was fogged. So like first thing was like
your electronics is all nasty.
We got lucky and unlucky. Obviously unlucky that the fucking roof caved in our guest bathroom, and the main hallway was in like just waterlogged. Our room waterlogged, like water's dripping out of the ceiling in the hallway, out of this like ceiling fan in our room, like constant stream.
Oh my god.
So like there's just water dripping, like
Any
it was
way you
fucking
can,
raining in our fucking room. It was so like, and the ceiling is like, however it's sealed, right? It has like a layer of like paint and I don't know, like almost wallpaper for your ceiling. So there was a bunch of like, if you can imagine, just like depressions.
Yeah, like sinking
water,
down. Oh
like just like pools of water in the ceiling, and it's dripping from.
Oh my god.
So that was fucking crazy. Got sobered up really quick.
Yeah, sobered up real
quick. And like empty out our bedroom, pack everything away in our cars in the living room. Thankfully, like where our living room is and the TV and that furniture in the kitchen was unscathed somehow. Yeah. Our guest room, which had like the futon from the U and Chelsea's like office station, so standing desk and like a computer and all that, also mostly unscathed, although water like came in on the ground, but nothing from the ceiling. So it's just like guest bathroom, which is fucking destroyed, hallway covered in water, garage leaky, puddles, our room basically like fucked up. We actually had brought one of Chelsea's friends home with us to crash from downtown.
She's like, never mind.
And we ended up driving to her place like 2.5 hours later. Literally didn't leave our place till 4 a.m. Got to her friend's place, who was coming drunkenly to crash at our place. Got to bed like 4:45, 5 a.m. and then spent the weekend moving shit around in the place because now they're like deconstructing, reconstructing the inside.
So let's do a little public service announcement for the listeners. When you're confronted with this problem, what are you supposed to do? Do you call your landlord at 2 a.m? What did you do, and what would you recommend for next time in case this happens to anyone online?
First recommendation, renter's insurance. Talked to Stu about this. Chelsea and I did not have renter's insurance.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to really bite us in the ass. What we probably will miss out on is claims for items that were destroyed. So the dressers are all waterlogged and fucked up.
It's not too expensive, folks. Like $100 a year.
Yeah, it's
not bad.
Pretty cheap. But yeah, no, what we did. So like, as I was trying to like get shit out of harm's way. So like, basically move all our big furniture, check on the electronics. Chelsea ran upstairs and woke up the neighbor. Like said, like, did you turn the water off? And the neighbor's like, I don't know how to turn it off.
Oh fuck.
Basically, this, I don't want to say the B word, but this lady upstairs, goddamn, like hours. This stuff is just running in her house for hours.
No idea.
No, like she's like dealing with her own stuff, not even noticing that she's just fucking up our shit below her. But anyway, Chelsea ran up there and then called the landlord because like they got to do something about it, right?
Instantly, yeah.
And then
was the water main like out in the street or like in the lawn or
something?
Dude,
so the plot thickens. A few weeks ago, the city or someone contracted by the city came and installed this whole new like system for the water pressure for our units, which has a lever on it.
Yeah.
But this thing has a cage installed over it.
Perfect.
Yeah, can't get to it. So
you could see it, you knew what you had to do, but you couldn't turn it off.
Yes.
And the water's just still running upstairs.
Eventually, they turned the source of that off.
You can call.
But like far too late.
There's usually like a city 24-hour freak
Well, there
out
is,
line.
but that was like the shut off the water to the entire building.
Oh, because there's multiple units.
6 units.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But no, for sure. If you're in that situation, or I'm in that situation again, for sure, call your landlord. Like, goddamn.
Yeah.
And like they came immediately. These guys are phenomenal. It's this like
That's good.
older like gay couple who is our landlord.
That's like my landlord too, dude. Sickening. These gay guys are owning property all over Southern California.
And they're being super chill. So the aftermath is we were put up in like a extended stay for this week. We've had to like shift a bunch of things around in our house just to avoid the demolition and then like construction. And then now because of that, Chelsea and I are going to be traveling around. We're going to go see Dollar Dollar Bill again in Bend next week after a quick foray and slow this weekend.
That's
with
nice. Yeah.
Tide Boys. And then in the Bay Area for 2 weeks after that, so all you Bay Area bros, I'll be around and trying to watch football and play disc golf.
You might see the entire Frisbee touchdown, or at least the majority of it.
Yeah, we're starting here in Santa Barbara. Yeah, I'm checking off Brad. I'm going to see Bacon this weekend.
And you saw Kurt, who's a bonus member.
Yeah,
he
saw Kurt
replaces
today.
one member all the time. So
And he's the proxy.
yeah, he's the proxy for anyone. You're not going to see.
So that's the short and long of what's going on with me. Although y'all have been along for the ride.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're safe, man. I know that's gnarly and no fun. Water can be just like, what do you fucking do? It's overwhelming. Your whole house.
It
is
also is
flooded.
like through no fault of our own.
Yeah,
completely insane.
Nor
it's
your
just
landlord's
like,
just like shitty.
no,
right?
yeah. Now like, I can't even imagine being in their shoes, like
Yeah.
finding who is responsible for this. Yeah.
Jeez Louise, yeah.
So they've been really great with us with everything.
That's good.
Basically every request we've had, whether it's like putting us up somewhere or because we're traveling, we've asked for rent forgiveness for the portion we're gone. They're
That's nice,
allowing
yeah,
that
that's
too.
nice.
We plan to stay in the place once the renovations are done, but depending on how long those drag out, that probably will be revisited in the next few months.
Well, keep us appraised. See how it goes.
Do you have any liquor to atone with?
Oh, I only have Aperol and wine.
What is
But I'll get
Aperol?
more beers. And we had it for lunch. That's the spritz.
Oh!
It's not really liquor.
All right, so while Brad is doing that, I'm going to say what I'm going to atone for. Two things. One, Stu pointed this out in my screenshot of the number of waiver claims for champions and Sacco's average all time. I misspelled the fertile oven with a U instead of an E, which is kind of a bummer because I thought I meticulously spell checked all my things as I knew I was putting this out not only to you all but in the ether, and I wanted to seem like an idiot, but I still had something to correct in there, so one atonement. And next, and maybe this is a little too early and it might prove to be a hijinks for your season, but I wanted to atone for a Jiggy Jiggy. Although your record is not that crazy, your points are pretty crazy. So
I appreciate that. I am sneaky African Jiggy Jiggy. It's my team. I got lucky with Patterson, and there's some other luck in there. But yeah, I've been feeling pretty good all year, other than being 5-4. My losses, as we went through today, are rather small. But do you want to do a shot of this? It's Aperol, for you guys who don't know. It's Italian liqueur. It's not very strong. Do you want to do a shot of this too?
yeah, if you're down.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. Let me get a shot glass for
Also think about what you want to atone for.
Do I have anything to atone for?
You're a man of many boisterous claims. You must have something.
God, I've made so many boisterous claims over the years.
I'm taking my shot of this Italian liqueur.
He's doing it. It's red. Oh, man.
Wow. Kind of tastes like Kool-Aid a
Yeah,
little bit.
it's like Italian Kool-Aid. We'll come back to my atonement. I'm down to atone for something.
Okay.
Maybe you can remind me as we're
Yeah, I'm sure I'll have a brain blast.
You're like, oh, wait, you fucked this up. I'm like, word.
All right, well, moving on. So, fun storylines. As Brad is a new guest on the pod this season, had a lot of things we've discussed with past guests, and so I wanted to bring up and revisit some of those discussion topics as you're here to get your perspective.
Yeah, of course. I'm happy
First
to.
of which, and this has been a hot button item, is what makes you a true Hall of Fame champion.
Oh, my gosh.
I know you are up to date with the discussion, so
Right.
why don't I just pass it to you and let you kind of go
So, from the beginning, when we were doing this at, like, the Fortress, and, you know, of course, back then, it seemed was, like, the only thing. The first couple, it was, like, the only thing, right? The boat race and all that shit. And then we added that one year we went to, like, the beach, and we were playing sports, and there was, like, Stewart Island. And then the next year after that, it was, like, we were playing, like, where you're trying to knock the cups off the PVC pipe.
Stick cup.
Stick cup. And Peely made those, like, epic grabs, or maybe bacon.
Both of them. I
Both
think
of them
had
yeah, and maybe
grab,
in different years. They're all melding together. But what I remember, the constant is the drinking, right? And every year we would change the other contests. It
You mean the
seemed like.
drinking in all competitions or drinking as the one competition?
Yeah, like the end of the night, we're in the Fortress or we're in X place, and we have to, like, you have to drain the shot at the end to win, run over there and do all this shit. We've done it for years. It's the same thing. We did it in Peebly's Garage in Portland many years later. that has always been like, this is the thing we have to focus on. It was 100%, then it became like 50% of the weight. Now I think it's always around like 50% of like the final tally to see who gets to draft first. But I remember that always being the drinking champion, and then even after we added other events, that was still a big deal. And that's when Stu, what I remember, and Stu, please correct me, I may have to atone for this later, but like, I think you won 2 early on, may have been back-to-back, and you were the 2-time Hall of Fame champion. I fucking loved that. It's so funny. What a ridiculous thing to say. How could you be a 2-time Hall of Fame anything? It's just so funny. It was funny 8 years ago. It's still funny now. And I was very much on your side. I'm like, that's so sick. Like, that's like the coolest title ever. Let's just do that. And then I won the drinking championship once. I think I beat Adam at the end in the finals. And I was
that
so
the Fortress?
juiced. Yeah, it was at the Fortress. Yeah. After, I think I got dead last the year before in that. And then I won the next year. And I was like, everyone's calling me a Hall of Fame drinking champion. I'm all juiced. I'm now bequeathing this title on to other people. But that year, I did not draft first. I think I ended up trading with Scott to go from like 4th to 5th. Like, I wasn't the overall number 1 overall pick. I don't think I've ever had the choice to pick first, nor have I picked first in Frisbee Touchdown. But I remember vividly, like, if you win that, everyone's like, juice for you, and I'm hyped for people that win, and it's like, you're a Hall of Fame drinking champion. And you are a drinking champion. That event is about drinking and being, that we all play each other with a paper plate. It's a tradition. It's a tradition unlike any other. It's a beautiful thing. It doesn't always lead to the winner. Like, I actually, it's probably quite low, whoever wins that is the overall winner. We could go to the stats. I don't think it happens all the time.
I think it's majority the winner of that actually is the winner.
Oh, really?
So like that's the argument.
Right.
Like there was the your year, there was the year Pebbles won.
Yeah.
Bill had the number 1 overall.
Yeah. In
There's
Portland,
this past draft we just had where Bill said that had he lost that last event, he still would have had
first overall
the accumulation of points to have.
Really?
The first overall.
Okay.
Probably because if I remember correctly, Adam and I were partners in.
Didn't you guys get in a brawl?
Cornhole. Oh yeah, yeah. He actually. Oh, my elbow.
Oh, he's clutching it right now.
Actually, now that you mentioned it, I'm okay. How months is that? Week 10, and I'm not even thinking about it.
It's been 2 or 3 months.
Anyway, we went 0-4 in cornhole, and that might have been the reason why Bill had that cushion.
Well, my proxy did okay, it sounded like. And what I like is like these random little bits of prestige and heritage we can talk shit on years down the line. And like winning number 1 overall pick doesn't actually, like, I don't know how much it correlates to winning. It's a cool thing in the moment. But the Hall of Fame drinking status is like an elevated position. We all like it. It's funny. I think it's strictly for whoever wins that race because it's always been there from the beginning. Like in 2011 or 2012 when we started till now, we've always done that event, and whoever wins that is the Hall of Fame.
That's an interesting point. So all champions, if we were to go by that description, are the same, right? Whereas like if you're the champion in the 2013 competition where there was only one competition, that was the relays, all the way up to Bill winning this last year's competition, the Hall of Fame drinking champion all have the same amount of winning.
Yes.
And that's all the same.
And
constant.
Stu is now a 3-time Hall of Fame drinking champion, debatably 2 after we stripped him of 1 title.
Yes.
Multiple Hall of Fame champion. I think that's funny, and I think it adds to like the league's not all about just like, it's about being bros and like the camaraderie and these random titles like the Sacco, and then this is the Hall of Fame drinking champion. It's never once was like first overall pick champion. Hall of Fame drinking champion. It doesn't make any sense. Why is it HOF? It's so funny. I don't want to get rid of it. I think it's cool, and I will fight for my title. I don't want anyone else to take it. I don't want to be stripped of it later. That's some tomfoolery. Shadow government shit. I'm going to get stripped.
I floated in the group me like Stu's got to go through like a series of people he wants to strip.
Stu, you could probably take it from me now because my back's all fucked up, but I will fight.
All right, moving on. Let's see what other fun storylines we got.
Oh, I know what to atone for.
Okay,
I've missed the last 2 drafts. The first one I had COVID, and I probably could have gone, but it was not the time. And then this year, I couldn't go to Africa in 2020, and we were going to go in October. This time I had to go, and it was the only time everyone could draft. I wasn't there. So I'll do a shot because I missed 2 in a row, and I love going to the draft. They're always so fun.
Yeah, these have been 2 good ones. I mean, they're always good ones.
They're always good. Yeah, Portland was great. The times in Santa Barbara have been great. Hopefully I'll make the next one.
yeah, while we're on that topic, where would you like that to be? We've had some things floated. There's a big Vegas push. Max being at the forefront.
I'm very pro Vegas. Let's do it. Let's just fucking do it. Why not?
That's basically what my thing is. Is like, let's do something new and different, and yeah, why not? We can all get together.
I also want to. This is completely off the cuff, but let's raise the dues for next year. Let's make it like 200.
Interesting.
Or 250. Why not? Like, this is the only league I care about, really, in the whole world, and I've spent more money at leagues. This is all the prestige. Let's make it, like, more worth it. 200, that would be my vote. We could go up from there, but let's start the discussion now. And if we're being Vegas, let's ball out, you know? That'd be sick.
Okay, moving on. Fun storylines for some of us. I mentioned this in the group me, but Adam has he's the three-time biggest blowout.
In this year, three times he's the biggest blowout?
Yeah, so I have to scroll back in the group me, but he's got 3, I think.
Oh, that's right. I'll find it.
2 other people have 2, and 2 other people have 1. But Adam is leading the charge.
In being blown out.
In the biggest blowout.
Yeah, he's been fucked up the
recipient.
most. The recipient of the blowout. Whereas I've definitely blown people out.
Yeah, no, not the blower outer.
Not the blower outer. I'll blow you out. Yeah, Adam, there was like 56 points between you and me. I got a B minus, bro. That's my lowest grade in Yahoo this year, is getting a B minus. And I got the biggest blowout. I don't want to shit on you, Buckaroo, but
yeah,
you hate to see it. You
do
know?
a lot of scrolling.
Since the Balrog curse, it's really been an uphill battle. Unfortunately.
Let's see. Oh yeah, news. So it's hot news topics today. 2 things. One, Cam.
Whoa, Cam.
Back in Carolina. Wow.
Will he be scam though? Scam.
This is fun. No matter what happens, it's fun.
I'm happy he's back.
It's kind of like a jolt of excitement for the fan base and therefore the league.
Yeah. What was Kurt talking about earlier today? Like a jolt of life. Like
yes,
the shot of life. Shot of life for the Panthers and Stu and his football needs. I think it's great, dude. He's got that's his home, at least in the NFL.
Additionally, I think Bill put out in the group me. Thank you, sir. Would it be better or worse for DJ Moore to have Cam as QB? Darnold has been pretty bad over the last month or so I think it's just going to be a boon for everybody. Honestly, I'm kind of worried that Robbie Anderson, who I just dropped, is going to have like a resurgence because of this shit.
There's been a couple of those this year for you. You dropped, what's his name?
Yeah, Devontae Booker is now in
Booker.
Max's lineup, as is Naheem Hines. Max is picking up all the players I drop.
Yep. Yeah, he picked up Singletary from me as well.
Second piece of news, OBJ going to the Rams.
That's right.
Which I love because I don't have any stock in the Rams offense.
There you go. It's fun.
0 stock in the Rams offense. So every person that I play who has fill-in-the-blank offensive player now is going to have a hypothetically lower target share.
But I also have the target giver in Stafford, so that should be good for him. But I don't see... So there's Kupp, Woods, Higbee, and then whoever Bacon has. What was the other?
Jefferson.
Van Jefferson.
So I also had Bacon.
And now OBJ. So there's like 5 people. Clearly, OBJ's going to have at least a week of like learning the offense, I imagine. And then he's no way he's going to be on Kupp and Woods' target share. But maybe he'll be ahead of Higbee. There's some kind of rotation here. Is OBJ like even good though? He's not like he's done nothing this year. What's the deal? Does Mayfield just hate him? Like they just had like that beef? I don't know what's going on.
I think, and we were just discussing this earlier, trouble always follows OBJ, so he's definitely in the center of all of these controversies. But the Browns are 100% a run-first team, and so just at the state of their offense, it probably has resulted in him not getting much, if anything. Right? I think none of those receiving options in Cleveland are doing much of anything at all.
I remember playing O'Malley in week 5, and he had Beckham. I think it was an afternoon game, and I was like, fuck. Like, I was like doing pretty good, but then he had Beckham, and then Beckham only got 3 points. And I was like, oh, dude, maybe this guy's washed. Like, I thought I was screwed, and then, of course, I ended up getting screwed because Eckler scored over 30 points. So I lost by less than 2 points in that matchup. But I remember that vividly being like, fuck, he's got OBJ. And then I was like, oh, wait, this guy's like a joke. He like hasn't done anything really all year. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen. I really don't know.
Yeah, we'll see, but big news out of the NFL. Next section, listener questions. So, O'Malley threw in a question to me earlier in the week. What was the worst fantasy advice you've ever given? And this comes off of the tale of him giving advice to Kelsey, his girlfriend, which resulted in her having net negative 10 points or something. And to that, which I responded to him, is Chelsea's in a work league, which she comes to me for advice, and I with enthusiasm give her advice sometimes when she's not asking for it.
Yes.
But basically, multiple times this year, I've talked her into bad defensive plays. Most recently, Dallas this past week against Denver netted her 0 points. I had her pick up the Bengals defense earlier. I think they were playing the Raiders or someone, and the Raiders went off. So, yeah, I mean, I'm definitely using her team as kind of a guinea pig. Different league. There's 14-team league. Well, she's in first place, which is great.
Yeah, that's good.
But that's the worst advice I've given that I can remember.
That reminds me, it's every year I feel like you have some Achilles heel, right? A couple years ago it was the kicker. This year the defenses, you're kind of confused, at least in this tale. And I remember you were like, I got Cincinnati, I spent some money, and there was the target of some making fun of. And then Cincinnati's really done nothing. And now I have Denver defense, and they're pretty good along with New England. But quarterback whisperer, perhaps. But other things, fantasy's tough. It's hard to know. I didn't see Denver fucking scoring 30 however many points against Dallas last week. You don't really know. I'm trying to think of what bad advice I've given. They have to follow the advice, I imagine, for it to be bad.
I think it could be either. Whatever. I think it's sincere advice. If you're...
When someone's like, all right, dude, I don't tell this to everybody, but here's what you got to do. And then it's terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. We'll have to think about that.
Okay, that's fine. You can think. Moving on. Next question. And again, this is a previous question that you haven't had the chance to answer yet. Or two, really. So first one, give me one contender who is currently not within the top 6 and one pretender who is currently in the top 6 that you think will drop out.
Okay.
So who's not making the playoffs, who's in there now, and who is making the playoffs, who is not in there now?
That's a great question. I think who is going to make the playoffs, who's not in there. I think it's probably going to be O'Malley. I do. Because I'm stealing what we talked about earlier, but I do think that Mahomes is going to right the ship at some point. Eckler just keeps balling out, and you got some guys on your bench, and this Odell Beckham news could probably only be good news for you. How could it be bad for you, O'Malley? So that's who I would pick, who's actually going to make the playoffs. A pretender, oh man. My thoughts go to Aaron Weaver because of the Derrick Henry situation. That just sucks, man. It's not your fault. You're not a pretender in the fact that your team sucks. It's you're in big trouble. He's out. Russ may come back. He's got a new tag on him. Looks pretty good in practice. He might come back this game. I don't know. But I think I don't think it's looking good for you, Buckaroo. I really don't, because of the Derrick Henry situation. And it's close. I'm right there with you. And you're playing the number 2 seed this week, so it could all come down to that. So those would be my picks.
I will say, and this is something else that I incorrectly advised on in an earlier podcast, is the Jordan Howard situation Weaver picking up has been a nice boon for him. Yeah, he's had back-to-back weeks of great production, so good on you, Weaver, for picking him up.
And we play next week for you to prove me wrong. So there we go.
And then, so kind of piggybacking off of this, give me your 6 playoff teams.
Okay. Evan, Stu, myself, O'Malley, Scott, I think he's going to get in.
That is 5.
Yeah, and then the backup running back store, he's usually pretty good. And I just said Weaver's not going to make it, so I can't pick him. I don't want to pick Lamb of Gord either, because you're right here. I guess it's got to be Bill. It's got to be him, the backup RB store, even though I am playing you this week, Buckaroo. And your points for very weak and pathetic. Very wop.
There's a lot of teams in the middle there that are in the same bucket of not really separating from the pack.
Evan's the only one. Every week, Evan gains 8 points on me. It's like he beats you by 8 or 10 or 6. I've been tracking it, and I have you beat by 70 right now, but it's closing. So he's also 8-1. I'm the only one that's beating him. Someone else has got to do it.
Bacon beat him for a time.
Oh, that's so brutal, dude. That's devastating. You hate to see it. You love it when it goes for you, but you hate when it goes the other way.
So moving on, Fab section this week. Kind of a quiet week. Only a few contested players. The Muth, Pat Freiermuth of the Steelers after scoring 2 touchdowns on Monday night.
The Muth.
Tight end, yeah, the Muth. The Muth is Luth.
That's my first time hearing that. That's funny.
We were getting some for $7 over my own $4 bid. Looks like he has found a nice chunk in the offense for himself with all the other injuries in that offense. Juju's banged up.
Remember, folks,
Juju's actually out.
You can't take the free agent budget with you. We'll go to the board. Scott, $100 left. Hasn't bid once. He's got a decent amount of moves, though. And then Max, of course, has 0, as well as Stu. So I have 52, somewhere in the middle. But, yeah, I didn't really know anything about the Muth. I didn't watch that game.
Yeah.
I have 4 tight ends on my roster, so it's not really
probably not a place for you in your roster. I put no wager because I have Noah Fant, who has COVID last week, and God knows what will happen. And, Muth looks good, so Weaver gets him. I bid for the now backup running back in the Cardinals offense, Eno Benjamin, for $8, which actually was a $5 overbid from O'Malley's $3 bid. But as we all know, every bid winner is the perfect bid and only should be commended for that bid.
You've come a long way.
So we'll see what he does. He's more of insurance and let's just see what happens. And also after missing out on Adrian Peterson last week and the giant bid I was putting on that, I kind of felt a little fast and loose with my fab. But I think that's actually where the real meat is of this segment, is revisiting last week's moves. And we'll start with Adrian Peterson. He sat on Bill's bench last week. He had 9.1 points with a short touchdown run, $52 spent by Bill. Now in Bill's lineup this week, because Chicago is on a bye and many of Bill's running backs are on the bye, but we will see if Adrian Peterson can live up to that expenditure.
Yeah, I watched that game pretty much the whole second half. I thought McNichols looked better, but Peterson was running looking good. Number 8, that was kind of cool. I was surprised to see that. Made me think of Kobe. Shout out Kobe. But yeah, 10 carries, 21 yards, and a touchdown. I guess that's good.
10 carries is a good amount.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably what his role is going to be. The yardage will hopefully will increase, but he's going to be like that bashing back.
I thought McNichols was better, who went for higher, right? 56, right?
56 to Stu, who was started. Only got him 5 points, though, so fewer points. Stu did get the W, though.
That's maintained Stu's trend in fantasy, getting the W.
Further bids from last week, Bacon won both Parker from Miami for $19, who was immediately put on the injured reserve.
Oh!
So
Sorry, Bugaroo.
And then he also won Tua on the Saturday morning, which was another nail in my coffin of my house is flooded, and now there was all that chatter about Bacon actually being the one who burst the pipe to throw me off. And so Tua didn't start either, and he spent $5 on him. So it's $24 that Bacon could not realize and Fab spent.
A quick sidebar on poor Bacon, dude. He lost, of course, to Evan on that stat correction, and then he lost to you by less than 2 points. That's back-to-back weeks, L's less than 2 points. That's bad luck. I'm salty for mine options in that earlier in the year, but that's brutal, dude.
Yeah, sitting at 2-7 now. That's a big hole to dig out of.
Yeah, that is a big hole to dig out of.
Some silver linings in the Fab area, though. Evan spent $11 on Ayuk, which was, I think, a $10 overspend from the next bid. I don't call it overspend, but $10 increased bid. And he scored a touchdown, 15.7 points in Evans' lineup. We'll see if he can replicate that production moving forward. But that's a move that you like. So of all that money that was spent, Evans' $11 actually was fruitful. And then highlight, and this is something that this player texted me about not mentioning. Scott put his first waiver claim in. A $1 bid to Adrian Peterson.
$1.
So he was outbid by $51.
Yeah, there it is.
From Scott.
And he was outbid by 6 other players.
But he's still getting in the game, so good for you, Scott. Maybe you'll spend some fab at some point. But now moving on to the trades.
Wait, real quick. I put $8 in on Dan Arnold. Nobody bid. It was me bidding against myself, and he got 8 points.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, it was great. I'm happy with those points.
So 2 questions. 1, will you start him ever again?
Probably not.
And did his point total make a difference in your matchup?
No. But again, I'm Mr. High Horse, Mr. Smug with my points 4. So 8 more points is good.
For sure. And
you can't take it with you.
Captain Hindsight can only do so much.
I didn't have a tight end to play. I literally had 0 tight ends.
And now you have 4.
I'm like, I had 3, and none of them could play.
Cool. Well, Dan Arnold, $8 uncontested, 8 points, $1 per point.
Speaking of Scott, I want to talk about a trade offer he gave me today. Colin and I were...
Before you do this, it can be considered uncouth to air trade offers in the public sphere. So I definitely want to hear you talk about this, but I want to throw that disclaimer out there.
What does uncouth mean? Like I have to atone for this later? It's just
uncouth, like if I send you a trade request, I don't want other people knowing how I go about my business in a trade request.
Scott and I have traded before, though. Let's go back to the Breezes Christ and going hand with man.
Oh, wow. That's a deep
We made
dive.
that trade. And I'm happy to trade with Scott. It's not a problem. I haven't traded in a couple years, but the trade offer he made me was Kittle, tight end for the Niners, we all know, for a Cooper Kupp, straight up 1-to-1. As I've stated, I have 4 tight ends on my team. Kittle will be the 5th. Cooper Kupp has 199 fantasy points, which is 20 more than the next guy. And I declined that trade. I thought it was not becoming of Mr. Kupp's needs, considering he's like the best player on my team. So, yeah, it was a no for me, dog.
Does this OBJ news move the needle at all?
It makes me like a little concerned, but no, I still need like a running back and a wide receiver for Kupp, probably.
Will you be proposing a counter offer his way?
I proposed in one, but I'll keep that on the DL for now.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I can't. I love Cooper Kupp, dude. Him and Stafford are the heart and soul of my team. And Cordell Patterson, of course. Brave Cordell.
Next section. This one is a lightning round. League picks leaderboard. So, reporting accurately as the percentage is what we're going for. Adam is in the lead with a 574 percentage. He went 3-3 in week 9. After that, we got 2 Buckaroos at 500, both Pebbles and Bacon, although they have many, many games fewer guests than the rest of the participants. But again, Adam is at 574, Pebs and Bacon at 500. After that, O'Malley and I are clipping in at 481. Stu is at 438, which I think that's 6th place, and then Weaver coming in at 7th place at a .437, and that's with the 2 additional points that he requested that Yahoo did not register that 1 week. That's been covered in the group me. So we got Adam first, Pebbles and Bacon second, Sean and Colin. Who the fuck is Sean? 4th.
Sean went 1-5.
Stu in 6th, and we were in 7th. Yeah, and Sean had a bad week. Who the hell is Sean? He had a bad week.
I'm sorry, I missed this whole thing, by the way, when this was getting discussed.
Yeah, it was a pretty long discussion.
I'm sure. No, yeah, it's my fault. It's
pretty fun.
It seems fun. Adam is just crushing it, apparently, by the numbers. He's doing great. 1-5 by who the hell is Sean last week is rough.
Yeah, Adam is leading in both points and percentage.
Is that good?
It's currently first. We got 5 more weeks left. There's only a regular season competition. And there is a stipulation that you have to have 75% of the eligible games. So both Pebbles and Bacon, I think, are underneath that requirement right now. So even though they are tied for second, they don't meet that 75% threshold at this moment. Next section. It's a short one. Hate to love to see it. Team name. Pebbles has the same team name he's had all season. Hasn't had Justin Fields on his team for a while. Actually, I have Justin Fields. Pebbles, if you want to talk trades for Justin Fields, I'm open for business. But I think, Brad, you had a suggestion for a name that he should change to?
Did I have a suggestion?
Search your thoughts. You know it to be true.
Oh, God. Lockety, cockety, and loaded it?
Yes.
We might as well, right? You have the guy on your team. It's a classic.
I think the whole league would rejoice if that
Fields
name,
of broken dreams. He's
that
not
name,
been
that
on his
name
team
changes
anymore.
has come back. Yeah, we don't know what that is
You got
about.
Peoples Jones. You can do something with that. I don't know. Dirty PJ? Give me a PJ. What is a PJ?
If you don't know, you can't afford
That's
it.
exactly right.
What's
Spiro
the-
Agnew, he's on the Jags, right? The wide receiver, Jamal Agnew, Spiro Agnew, vice president. You got some ideas.
That's good.
These are literally off the cuff. People, we gotta get that.
Peblita also for the little Pebs
Yeah.
running around.
Peeblage Farms, even throwback
Wow,
to that.
yeah, people.
I love Peeblage Farms.
I
would go
remember.
there. I believe it was an African metropolis, if I do recall. I think so. All right, let's review.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
before we dive in there, we're going at a pretty good pace here that I think the network would appreciate. Do you have any
Oh
fantasy
yeah.
football related topics you want to discuss? Any metrics you think might be interesting? I mean, not that prepared. Any
I'm totally going
musings
off
over
the
the-
cuff here.
yeah.
Let's see, general thoughts. I like Max's little family logo on his Hooked on Stephonics. I've always had a soft spot for that. What the hell is Lamb of Gord? I don't know what
Oh.
that is.
Okay, so one, Rodgers, after all his fuckery, currently I didn't think
There's a lot of fuckery.
deserved to be in my name anymore. So with Melvin Gordon, hashtag thank you Adam for sending me him and Ernest Johnson. Those both will be on the field against you very soon. I guess I'm just thinking of trying to stay in the same joke.
Is
or
Gord
reference?
like Gordon? Like someone on your team?
Melvin Gordon.
Melvin Gordon.
So I'll be like, oh my Gord.
Oh my
Oh
Gord.
my Gord. Lamb of Gord.
I'm down to take a segment here. First of all, Lamb of Gord, it's okay. It's not your best work. Second of all, let's talk about the top players, right? We already talked about the top.
Sure. Yeah, I like this.
Henry is still up there because he was so good. What could have happened if I drafted Derrick Henry? Well, now I'd be screwed, but I'd probably be 8-1 or something. Jonathan Taylor Thomas has been crushing.
Damn,
it.
number 3 overall player.
Yeah, he's really, really good. This is a wide receiver, running back, tight end, by the way. I'm not counting quarterbacks. Tyreek Hill as well, the 4th overall, and then Jamar Chase, 5th overall player in fantasy. They're pretty bunched around here, like 153 for Tyreek, 150 for Jamar Chase. And then Joe Mixon as well is balling out. I'm very surprised to see that. And then Eckler, Samuel, Debo Samuel, Alvin Kamara, Najee Harris, and then Cordarrelle Patterson. That's the top 10.
That's nuts. I see all these players that I did not draft, and I'm pissed off about it.
Yeah, so those are the top 10. Yeah, I'm surprised to see Mixon up there. I thought he was washed. But
Well, he
apparently
missed like
he's
10
good.
games last year, and the offense is better now.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's
with
really
Burrow
good.
healthy. It's just all about health, you know.
It's all about health. He's crushing it.
All about health. All right, we'll move on. So just a review quickly of what my picks I made last week. I picked Bacon over myself, and that was incorrect. I barely beat Bacon. I picked Evan over Pebs, and that did happen. Evan beat Pebs. I picked O'Malley over the IR Bandit and Weaver incorrectly. Picked Stu over Bill. That did happen. Picked Max over Scott, and this has been discussed in the group me, but Scott won handily after the huge Thursday night from Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Yeah, and Connor at 38.
Yeah,
38 and
those two
34.
guys. That's just
so sick. Yeah, Max couldn't buy any points.
Dude, yeah, like
I don't think Max had a touchdown on his entire team. Yeah, that's brutal. Not one touchdown for Max last week.
Wow. Dude, Josh Allen. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's gnarly. Miami's his best player. 17 points in the Miami defense.
That's good. That's good. Double digits from kicker and defense. You love to see it.
Yeah.
And then last game, Jiggy over Bake, Burrow, and Seal and Yadam.
Yeah, that was a beatdown. Poor Adam, dude.
Back-to-back biggest blowouts.
Yeah, that's so rough. My defense was also my highest scoring team. I just had multiple other players do in the double digits, which is what you need. Let's go revisit that Bacon Gall matchup really quick.
Sure, yeah.
'Cause that was really quite something. Poor Bacon, dude. And there was a blocked kick last week or 2 weeks before that gave him the L. Like, how do they not factor that in the whole time? That would really frustrate me. Let's see what happened here. Justin Herbert, 31.6 points, and you take the L. That's brutal. Kamara single-handedly beat me when I played Bacon. I was up by like 16 going into Monday night, and I lost by like 12.
Wow.
Yeah, Kamara had a huge game in Seattle.
Wow.
Let's see, Bacon went with the double tight end start. Cool move. Very cool, very legal. And then he started Marvin Gaye as the kicker. That's good. So good for you, man. But unfortunately, Nick Chubb, who now is on the COVID protocol, reported tested positive this week. So he's not playing this week, right? He's got to be out.
If you're vaccinated and you have back-to-back negative tests, you can still play.
He's probably positive, though. He's not going to get back-to-back negative.
I mean, we'll see. I got the backup.
Dude, who is this guy? Okewabunam. Okewabunam?
That's the backup tight end for Denver.
That sounds like a guy I met in Moshi, Tanzania.
He did just enough. 4.5 points.
He did just enough. That was so clutch for you.
Really, it's the Jordan Love escapades.
Oh my God, yeah,
he did just
11.9.
enough.
Oh, that was so funny, dude. And Fields on your bench would have helped you win easier.
Yep.
Love looked so bad.
Yeah.
That was brutal. That was some of the worst quarterbacking I've seen in a long time. I don't know why he's so terrible. Maybe he was just like super shook, but I thought he was gonna be pretty good. We talked about this, like you had these choices of quarterbacks in the ether. What are you gonna do? You pick the hot rookie as his first game. Maybe he wants to step out of Lord Rogers' shadow, all the fuckery that you mentioned, and then he just does nothing. 190 pass yards. He did pass for a touchdown. 23 rushing yards. He was uninspired.
That's a good way to describe it. Uninspired play.
Yeah.
Thank God for that touchdown where the fucking... I don't know if you guys were watching it, but the Chiefs defender Sorensen, who's like just being destroyed by the media as being terrible, just like missed a tackle on the sideline.
Really? I didn't see it.
Then the lizard just like walked in. It was like a pass to the lizard. He caught it on like the 6-yard line, and the guy just like whiffed. And then he walked in.
Just walked right in.
And if that was a made tackle, maybe they'd run it in and maybe I'd lose.
You would have lost. You would have lost. Yeah. Well, it counts as Jordan Love's first career NFL touchdown. So there you go.
Yeah, and probably the only game he's going to play
Possibly.
in fantasy on anyone's starting lineup.
Did you already drop him?
He's gone.
He's gone.
That guy's gone.
Yep.
All right, let's preview this week, huh? Week 10 preview. Why don't we start with, we're going to do Fields of Broken Dreams, a.k.a. Locketed. Wow, that would be something. Hocketed, loaded. Versus He Rides the Bench, 500 miles.
There we go.
So in this one, it's a fun QB matchup. And it's fun because they both play in the same game. We got Herbert and Cousins. The Clippers are playing the Minnesota Vikings, so that'll be fun game
Clippers
to pay attention to. Bacon actually will be observing Southwest College Fall Regionals, where I'll be attending, so I won't be able to actually watch.
Here we go.
But still fun to see those two go back and forth. Additionally,
Speaking of additionally, the Thursday night game is now underway. In this matchup, we have Andrews on Baltimore versus Gaskin on Miami. No one scored. We're a couple minutes into the game.
dude, you gotta be playing a sitcom. What is this?
Oh yeah. Well, we'll talk to IT about that.
Yeah, okay. In any case, my other note is that Bacon's luck needs to turn around, so I think this is a pretty even matchup. I picked Bacon to win this one, But the health of Kamara is going to be pretty important in it. Okay, if Kamara end up not playing, Bacon's options get pretty short.
Is he not going to play?
Especially now that Bacon has Gaskin locked into the flex position. Bacon will be having to play McKissick or pick up something in the dumpster diving variety.
Dude, this is a long blurb on Kamara. Everyone has an opinion on him in here. Yeah, you need him to play, man. Otherwise, you are effed.
Yeah, so Pebbles team, Allen had a great game. Beasley's a target monster. Lockett's got Russ coming back.
Yeah.
Dalvin Cook has a huge jungle bush right now.
Yeah, huge bush.
Because the LAC can't defend against the run.
The Dirty Clippers.
That's my boy. Yeah, so I think it's going to be a close one if Kamara plays, but I'm taking Bacon. What do you think?
Yeah, that's a tough call. Peebly doesn't have a kicker yet, which I imagine he'll rectify soon. Yeah, I like Herbert. I think he's going to have a good game in Minnesota. It really does come down to Kamara, dude. It's almost like tough to pick with this big looming thing.
Without the knowledge, yeah.
Yeah, his backup's going to be McKissick, who I barely know anything about, to be frank. He was on bye last week, but he's been doing some stuff. I want Bacon to win because he's been so effed the last couple weeks that
his luck's got to turn around.
It's got to turn around. Hopefully it turns around with the Kamara thing. He did beat me, so I'm still a little sour about that. But yeah, I'm picking Bacon as well.
And 2 votes for Bacon.
He's got to change his name. Feels a broken dream.
Yeah, come on.
He's on your team.
Lock it, cock it, loaded it. Get it in there. Okay. I got to. I'm gonna highlight your picks here so we know about them later.
Yeah, for posterity and for possible atonements.
All right, next matchup. Let's do Jamar Lackson versus Doug Judy IR Bandit. What are you thinking?
Yeah, so I was just shitting on Weaver's team for a while, maybe it's because of Henry, but I like it in this matchup. I would say. Let's go through it. If Russ plays again, the fantasy football is just so fucking. You don't know what's going to happen until 9:30 a.m. on Sunday. If Russell plays, maybe that will be the tie that turns. Homie Lamar is playing right now. We'll go live. He's dropping back. He's in the shotgun. He's going to get blasted. Lets it go way downfield. Oh!
Wow, 3rd and 9. That was Watkins.
He had Watkins in the end zone. Missed him by a couple feet. And is Rodgers going to play this week?
He's in line to play. Yeah.
He's cleared on Saturday. Right?
Saturday he's got to test negative. Yeah.
So that's huge for Adams, I think. Devontae, right? So I think that could really swing it for Stu if he's going to play. I'm going to take Weaver in this matchup in particular because I think Russell will play and that will make the key difference.
Okay. Russell. Yeah. In this matchup, I'm actually taking Stu. This is a 2v3 matchup, current number 2 and number 3 in the standings, so that's pretty sweet. Yes, Justin Tucker drills 4 points for Brad. Did we do 4 points for each kid?
4 points.
4 points. That's 4 points for Bradley Stones right there. I think some of Weaver's guys are underbushed. Those guys notably being Jordan Howard and let's see, who else was being underbushed?
Howard for sure.
He might have made a few changes since I made this, but yeah, and Mitchell. No, I think Mitchell also was underbushed at 12 points right there, 11.5 points. So even though we got a underbush there, Jamar Chase is on a bye for Stu, so Weaver catches him at the right time there. Yeah. But I still think Stu is going to win because we got Henderdog versus Mitchell in the running back matchup, and I think it's going to be more of a negative game script for Mitchell. I think the Niners are going to be down, and it's going to be passing more, whereas the Rams will be up, so they'll be running more, so more opportunity for Henderson. And so I'm picking Stu.
Yeah, that's very reasonable. These benches are hurting right now for sure. Everyone's bench is all fucked up at this time of the year anyway, it feels like.
Next matchup, let's go to Hooked on Stephonics versus Amari Cuff.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we have the current number 1 versus the current number 12.
Yeah. Well, let's see. The number 1 guy, again, the one that beat him. Suck it. He's got Kelsey. Gotta love that. Ayuk we talked about. He's really good. I love the Team America reference. That's always fun. Amari Cooper has a Q limited. Oh, he'll be fine. He's just resting up. Again, Josh Allen at the Jets, though, looms large. That could be a big game. Could be 30 points for Josh Allen. Yeah, Max might unfairly be at 2-7. He has my old running back Singletary. He's going to start him at the Jets, so he's got 2 Bills against 3 Bills, including Diggs.
Going big on the Bills.
Holy shit! So that's I think it's going to sway the matchup really. That Buffalo New York game.
Dude, he's starting my boy Hines too. Look at that.
Yeah.
Fucking Hines has nothing. Then Max gets him, scores 18 points on the bench though. But in any case, I'm taking the current number 1 in this one. I know I floated in the group me that Max might be able to reverse the curse, but I'm just more comfortable with Evans' players. Specifically, Mike Evans and the Buccaneers offense. All those receivers are going down as injured. Godwin is questionable to Adams' chagrin. So because of that, I'm taking Evan. I think Drake is under Bush right now. The new coaching staff really liked him before their bye, and I don't see why that would change even with Josh Jacobs healthy. I think the Raiders are going to be down in this one, which means they're going to be more in passing down situations, and Drake is the passing down back.
It's been interesting watching both of them because I have Jacobs, and he's been doing just fine too. So we'll see.
Yeah, additionally, the Seattle defense that Max currently has going against Green Bay versus the Buffalo defense against the Jets. Possible Max thinks that Jordan Love is going to play, and in that case, is it not it's a sneaky defensive play?
Ooh, that's a very interesting pick. That's a very low Bush, less than 4 points.
It is a low Bush. Yeah, but even with all that, I'm more comfortable with Evans players, so I'm taking Evan in this one.
Yeah, seems reasonable.
All right, why don't we do? Let's do my matchup.
Did I pick by the way? Did I pick anybody for that one?
Did you pick in this one?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Max.
Oh shit!
I believe in Max.
Why are you picking Max?
Because of the Buffalo Buckaroos. He's got 3 of them against the Jets.
Okay, the Buffalo Buckaroos.
Yeah.
Who actually was your pick versus? You picked Stu in the Weavers too?
No, I picked Weaver.
Oh wow!
I felt I felt bad after saying Weaver's not going to make the playoffs. So
I
ended up picking him in this matchup. Yeah.
Did we talk about O'Malley and Scott yet? We didn't talk about
No, let's talk about him.
All right, yeah. Okay. Oh, there's someone racing down State
There's someone
Street.
racing down the street. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we got Menage a Trois versus the Landry Down Under. What you thinking?
The Landry Down Under has been putting up numbers this year. I think his team is pretty fucking good. Jones and Taylor are baller. Other than that aforementioned Kittle trade. I'm not trading you Cup for Kittle, dude. It's not happening. Anyway, he's got Teddy Bongwater as a starting quarterback. That's a concern. Versus Philly, they're in Denver. I don't know. I feel like 18 points is a little...
Bongwater had a good week last week against Dallas, surprisingly.
Yeah.
Someone who I should have played instead of Love.
Yeah, O'Malley's got Mahomes. It looks so scary to see P. Mahomes on the other team, just from the years of abuse he's given us. But he really hasn't been doing a whole lot, bro. It's been rough. 7 points, 14 points, 10 points in the last 3 weeks. That's brutal. O'Malley has 3 other Qs on his roster right now starting. I'm concerned. I'm going to pick Scott. I think Scott's got this one wrapped up.
Brad's going with Scott.
He's got Connor in the bench, too.
This is a matchup that has 2 teams with strong running back presence.
Yeah.
And in this one, I am also taking Scott. My notes are O'Malley is currently on a 4-game losing streak.
Ooh.
So pretty rough. Yeah, Mahomes.
Wait, he was 4-1 and he's lost 4 in a row?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Lost 4, which actually is the biggest streak of the
Since
losing variety. Evans on a 7-game winning streak, which is
that's
nuts.
impressive, yeah.
As Brissett goes down on 3rd and 9, and the Dolphins will be punting back to the Ravens.
Dolphins got a punt.
Yeah, I'm taking Scott because after picking against him and watching him wreck Max last week, probably not banking on Connor getting another 38 points and Taylor also breaking the 30 threshold, but both of them are giants.
Yeah, they really are.
Kittle's back and looking good. Scott actually did bolster his receiving core today by picking up Russell Gage, who just is coming off of an 8-target, 7-reception game in which the Falcons
Gussel
won.
Rage.
And the Falcons are now playing Dallas, so you got to imagine that's going to be a shootout. Whereas O'Malley's side, I mean, Claypool hurt his toe. Crowd, I mean, it's hard to like bank on a Jets receiver.
The Jets receivers are scary.
Yeah, I mean, O'Malley's got. These are both like, I think, playoff worthy.
Wasn't
teams.
Crowder the guy that faded him against me in the Sacco game all those
Yes,
years
yes.
ago? And O'Malley's going
when
back
he was on
to
the
the
football
well.
team.
And now he's going
Crowder
back to the well.
actually was on his team last year. I traded for him, so O'Malley is a Crowder.
You love Crowder.
Enthusiast.
Did Crowder go to Notre Dame?
Where did Crowder? This is good. This is a podcast match.
Jamison Crowder College. Duke University.
Duke.
Yeah, that's surprising.
Class of 2014. In any case, Scott's going to win this one. The Bridgewater quarterback play is concerning, but that also could be swapped out at 1:05 p.m. on Sunday.
Also,
if Murray gets to
Aguilar
play.
got 0 points last week, and he started again. So that is concerning. That's a big goose egg in a game he played.
Interesting to see Deandre Swift currently on the bench for Scott. Someone who has been crushing it besides that last game against
I had
Philadelphia.
Swift last year. I love that guy. He's good.
Scott has just an embarrassment of running back resources.
Yeah,
We've
he
all
really
been
does.
trying to trade for Connor this entire season, and then he didn't budge, and now it's going to pay dividends.
Dude,
So.
his wide receivers, though, are brutal. Man, that's tough.
Both taking Scott in this one.
Yeah.
Okay, so next one. We can talk about my matchup. I'll let you start. The Lamb of Gourd.
Yeah, Lamb of Gourd
versus
currently
a
with
Big
0.9
Burrow and
points.
Steele.
1 catch for 4 yards for Hollywood Brown.
Definitely a lot more than that, Hollywood.
Wentz with the Q. What do we got here? No update, but I think Wentz is a better choice than Mr. Love. CeeDee Lamb is so sick. That guy can really play. Chubb having COVID, he still has points projected. What's the deal with that? Just because he might get the double negative? I think he doesn't play. I think you're effed in that regard. Hopkins didn't play last week. We'll see. The hamstrings are fickle. If Hopkins and Chubb don't play, I think you have no chance. Even though Adam's team is banged up and you're projected to win by almost 20 points. Poor Adam, man. That's brutal. And then you traded him Burrow, right? This was the whole thing.
I traded Burrow for Melvin Gordon and Dearness Johnson, who is Chubb's immediate backup. So if Chubb sits, I literally have the plug-and-play RB1 in that offense. Also traded Adam Boston Scott, who he sat the week that I traded him. He got 18 points. Last week he got 4 points in Adam's starting lineup.
Oh, no.
And now who knows if he'll crack that lineup again. So... Yeah, even if Chubb sits, I feel pretty good about Johnson. Both Hopkins and Julio being 50-50 right now is not great. I may have to make a wide receiver move at some point, but I expect Rodgers to be back, and he'll be there instead of Wentz. So I just think my team is in a good spot.
Burrow is not playing this week, so you also got hooked up with that.
Yeah, which I didn't realize when we made the trade.
He's got Matty Ice going, though, who had 28 last week. So that could be sick. Matty Ryan could blow up against Dallas, who just gave up 30 points to Denver. So a lot up in the air. I think I got to go with Adam on this one. I feel bad for him after the biggest blowout last week.
Okay.
I'm doing this for the fans because it's fun to have it go back and forth on this, but I really think he deserves the W.
Well, deserving a W and realizing a W are two drastically different things.
That's true.
So, I'm taking myself because even with all those
you're very brave.
question marks, I think my team altogether is in a better spot than his. He still has Godwin in his lineup currently, who is also 50-50 at best to play.
Oh, that's right. Godwin, who really balled out for Bill, and then I drafted him, and he was just okay. Hopefully he plays. We'll see. The Bucs just have an embarrassment of offensive riches, and now apparently so do the Rams.
Dude, talking about, Devonta Freeman, another carry, someone who I cast off, who I had, and haven't picked him up, and he's been scoring touchdowns ever since. Good for you, Evan. Let's see. Well, we got one more matchup to pontificate about, and that one is the fucking Backup RB Store versus Team Jiggy Jiggy.
That's right. I like Bill's team name. Made me laugh. Hey, the Backup RB Store called. They're running out of you. Classic. McCaffrey's playing again. That is concerning. He only had 12 last week, but that doesn't mean he won't have 42 this week. So, yeah, I'm not super stoked on that. I don't think Peterson's going to do very much. We have a very high projected point total. Our live projection right now is 1 point different.
131.1 to 130.2.
Yeah, it's close. I'm still debating what tight end to start. Again, I have 4 of them. Make me an offer if you would like one.
Public service announcement.
Yeah, public service announcement. I've liked my team all year, right? Like, if Kupp and Stafford go berserk on the Niners on Monday night, I could be down by 40 and win. They could also not. So I want to pick myself just because I believe in myself. But Bill's team is pretty solid, and especially if McCaffrey goes off, and Waller's always good, and then now Renfro apparently is like the number 1 guy in Las Vegas. Gosh,
Oakland.
Who the hell is that? So yeah, I'm picking myself, but it's gonna be close.
I am also picking you.
Sick. Let's go.
I'm picking you to win because what do my notes say here? This is a 4v5 matchup, so pretty fun. We have 2v3 and 4v5, so there will be a lot of standings shifting. Mm-hmm. Adrian Peterson is now cracking the lineup for a dollar bill after that $52 expenditure.
That's a huge buyout.
On the whole, I think your team is just better. I mean, the Stafford Cup stack is insane. Even though Mike Williams has been kind of hit or miss the last, 3 games, I feel like that Chargers-Vikings games will be a shootout too.
I hope so.
Patterson is continuously a thorn in my side because he is who I thought Mike Davis would be. Maybe not as good, but definitely taking all of Mike Davis's points. That's Hollywood Brown. Hell yeah, there we go.
There you go. That counts. Oh, did he fumble?
Way. Oh, he got it back.
I don't know. It's a fumble. They threw the beanbag.
Oh, man. Okay,
Bozeman,
live
77.
looking. We just had a Hollywood Brown screen where the Ravens and Miami Buckaroos were trying to jostle for it.
That's good
Ravens,
that's good for you and good for me.
That is a fumble.
That's a full-on fumble,
and the Ravens
12
recovered. Thank God. Thank you, Rashad Bateman.
It's also good for me because now they're going to kick a field goal probably.
Are they within range?
Yeah, they're like the 35.
Wow. Live looking in this matchup we're talking about right now. Tucker lining up for another field
48-yard attempt, another 4-point attempt. Let's see what we're going to get.
Puts it in.
He, of course, now has the NFL record after that super sickening bounce off the crossbar. That was very cool. That's a very iconic field goal.
It's
Tucker.
Up.
Oh! He missed it!
He missed it. That is a miss.
He missed it by 2 inches to the right.
That's not a field goal.
That's rare.
The Dolphins are pumped.
That is rare.
In any case, I like Brad's team better because of the almost guaranteed production from Kupp, Jefferson, and Patterson. Hawk and Cox is going to get a lot of targets now that they're back off a bye, whereas I think Bill's team is more boomer busty. Obviously, we'll see how McCaffrey responds, Peterson responds. Debo's had some big weeks. But fun matchup on the whole because of 4v5. A lot of fun matchups we have in the league.
It is a fun matchup.
So reviewing it in the Week 10 preview, I'm taking myself over Adam, but Brad somehow is taking Adam. Brad is taking Bacon, whereas I am also taking Bacon. Both taking Bacon. Both taking Scott over O'Malley. Mm-hmm. Both taking Team Jiggy Jiggy Brad over Bill. And I'm taking Evan while Brad's taking Max.
Yep.
Is that all of them? Is there a matchup you want to make a playful wager on? Like a shot bet?
Okay, let's make a shot bet.
So let's see. We are deferring on my matchup and the Max Evan matchup. I think maybe one that's not.
Should we do a bet that's not really like matchup? Like one of us scores the top 3 points of the week or something.
I definitely would not be confident to make that bet for my team, so I don't know about that.
Is that good?
I'm just trying to sneak by.
Lamb of Gordon? Okay, fine, fair enough. I think the Evan Max one's a good one. It's 1 versus 12. We're on different sides of the coin.
And like the bush is relatively close for them right now.
It's relatively close, yeah. I'm all shook that Justin just missed that field goal.
You'll do anything.
I'm feeling vulnerable. I'll do anything to get that serotonin back, baby. Let's make a bet. All right, yeah, bet on Max to beat Evan.
All right, very good.
What's
We'll
the wager?
board.
Just a shot?
Yeah, let's do a shot bet.
All right, I'll have to buy some liquor then, which is fine. I need some anyway.
Shot bet on this
I'm not drinking very much. As I said, that we drank all day.
Yeah, it's been a constant imbibing.
Yes, it's been very nice. It was like very hot today. We walked around, didn't really work. It was great. Turns out when Colin's in your town, you just want to hang out with him. It's pretty nice.
And not work. It's great.
And not work. Yeah.
Remote's great.
Yeah, we covered a lot of ground. It's been a fun year in Frisbee Touchdown. I hope I win so that asterisk goes on the trophy if we're going to do that, because that'd be hilarious. Because you guys gave me a lot of shit, and then I draft the guy that nobody wanted in that role, and then I get a bunch of sick guys later, including Patterson. But we'll see. We shall see.
Yeah, closing thoughts beyond that?
Yeah, I'm just happy you're here, man. I'm happy the water incident didn't destroy everything. Just destroyed where you're going to live for the next month or two. So keep us informed on that. I hope all you guys are doing well out there. Everyone's having kids. I feel like I'm missing out. But
not for lack of trying, though.
No, but, hey. Yeah, we should end on that. That's good.
Very good. Probably getting Buckaroo Bill next week, as I will be in Bend. But then the 2 weeks following that in the Bay Area, if anybody wants to do an in-person thing, or, I think Weaver actually will be back by then too. So we might have the creator back for some.
The creator.
For some commentary.
Shout out Kurt for the jingle.
Cam! Whoa, Cam! Good luck, buddy.
Bye.
Extra, read all about it. Have we got a show for you tonight? We got red zones dripping on the people's pod. Yeah, he knows who's gonna make the playoffs.